Imagination is now real life. No more stressing, just success and switching.
So the first thing I want to ask you is a little bit of, I had a debate with my son this morning, and because I was putting together your interview questions, and I was like, I want to ask her about New York wordplay, and I was like, in your opinion, he's 22, like, where is yerrrrrp versus, and I know I'm saying it wrong, versus dead ass, and he's like, Mom, yerrrrrp hasn't been a thing since high school.
Oh.
So what's your take on that?
Yerrrrrp.
Yeah.
That's how that's the call. That's how you call the homies. It's just a call out.
All right.
It's just a way of saying you can either be like yerrrrrp. It's I don't know, it's like an unspoken language.
And I've seen on Twitter people debating who started it. Like I've seen Brooklyn, I've seen New Jersey, and
I would like to just call it a east of the map type thing. It's definitely an east of the map type of situation. It's very hard to pinpoint when and where it originated. I mean, let's be clear here. There's nothing new under the sun. I mean, I'm sure his dad or, people's fathers back in the day was probably yerrrrrp. I know they like, look at, it comes off so fluent. Yerrrrrp. That's that New York.
Okay. So I'm going to have to let him know he needs to get up on his...
Yeah, tell him to keep the yerrrrrp going when he see his friends. Yerrrrrp.
Okay.
Or it's yo, dead ass.
Dead ass for sure.
My guy.
All right, so a little bit more in a serious direction. I was watching your interview with Peter Rosenberg today, which is an awesome interview that everybody should watch for
thank
sure.
You.
And it made me think about my own son because he was raised without a dad. And I know that like at some point in his young life, he got to a point where he was like, he told me, he's like, yeah, Mom, I made up that my dad lived in California and stuff like that. Do you feel like you had the same sort of realization at some point? And in fact, in some ways, it feeds into your creativity, would you say?
Just growing up without a father. I mean, where we're from, unfortunately, it's just the way of life.
Right.
Again, I will stress the word unfortunately. But I like to really dwell on the fathers that are there. Like there are so many absent fathers, and I was one who came up with an absent father, but not by... How can I say this? I mean, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like my decision to not know my real biological dad. But outside of that, what I loved and what I learned was to lean on the men that was around me because I did not have that. And I'm so grateful that God placed so many really great men, strong black men on top of that in my life. And they played an important role on the person, an important part of my life. And, they helped groom the girl that you see today. So though I didn't have my real father there, I definitely had beautiful men around me who pushed me, and not only pushed me in my gift, but pushed me to be a good woman. It was almost like, I don't know what it is that they saw in me that they just wanted to push. But, like I stated, I'm just glad and I'm grateful that though I didn't have a real dad, I did have some really strong, important black male figures in my life.
In your life.
Yeah, and they had kids as well,
Right.
So it was awesome to see how they were and how they are with their children, because when I see that, it's very foreign to me. And even to this day, sometimes seeing, certain things, you're like, oh, wow, that's, well, that's what happens with parents and children. But it's a beautiful thing to sit back and learn. And I'm glad that, my path was my path, because it made me the person that I am today.
And brought some cool people into your life.
Absolutely,
for sure.
really, really great men in my life, and like I stated, they always push me to be the best woman, the best young lady, respect myself, work hard. It's almost like they teach you like they teaching a little boy. And, it is what it is. And I mean, I can only speak for me. It helped me. It helped shape me. It gave me that edge and that toughness that I needed, on top of being that girly, you know, that woman, and knowing how to respect myself. So,
okay, cool. Yeah, everybody's impacted differently, right?
Yeah.
One of the things I'm wondering for you is, when you feel like, what are the messages you get that make you know that things are going right, like you're on the right path, that you're doing?
I pay attention to the people, because that's who I do what I do for. And that's, you know, that's pretty much it. It's just clear, cut, and dry. Like, when I see the people, and I notice that the people are affected, and people are coming up to me and telling me how this song made them happy, or this song motivated them, or this song got them do this, or, oh, I played this for my little daughter, or I played this for my son, or my son wakes up and we play this, you know, before we go to school. Like, you know, that's all that's important to me. Like, that's all that matters.
Okay,
you know?
So it's how your art is connecting
Absolutely,
with the people.
Because yeah, it's beyond me. Like, this has nothing to do with me. I know I'm here, and
you're like the cipher, basically.
Yeah, like, I'm here as a vessel. Like, you know, I mean, not to be extra deep, but even if it's a fun vessel, you know, like, I'm just here to be that,
right.
And you know, I'm here to be. I'm a gift for the people. Like, you know, that's what it's for.
So when you were growing up in New York, as a teenager, how did you connect with the city? There was a lot going on. Like, some people went into Manhattan and went to the clubs. Like, how did you process the city and the nightlife and the music scene?
Oh, well, the Lower is right outside of us, so the Lower is like a little Brooklyn for us. So, you know, you got the Lower. We just did fun shit. Like, you know what I mean? We just had cool times, but we were such music and art geeks and such individuals. Like, everyone that you see me with today, like, those are the people that, you know, like, that you're asking me about. Like, one is sitting in the room. He's over there. I know he's gonna kill me, but yeah, that's my cousin. That's my best friend. Like, you know, like, you know, he's from the Bronx. We uptown. We all over New York. You know, so I mean, we just connected wherever we were. Like, I mean, it wasn't a conscious thing to
like
hang here.
Parties.
Oh, no, we did it all. It was just a part of our DNA.
Right.
So, you know, I'm just grateful that we actually had those moments. We had those Empire moments, those skate key moments, those, you know, flex party moments. You know, we had all of that. Like, we just had fun, you know, backyard party moments. We had bachelor moments. We had, you know, we just had a ball.
All right.
So, yeah, but, you know, growing up, that's just in your DNA, you know what I mean? Like, to just have fun and experiment.
As a New York kid, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, on Lafayette. We did all of that, you know. I feel so bad for everybody. Like, some people today, it's like, I look at lines outside of stores when certain things drop, man. We didn't have... I sound like a little old head, but I'm so not. It was just a few years ago, y'all, I promise. But, you know, it's just so crazy how the internet change things, or, you know, just social media type.
It was a much more secret city.
Oh man, we had I didn't have to wait on the line ever in my life.
Well, that leads me to my next question. Like, you grew up in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, Bed-Stuy-ish. I'm all through. Yeah, but Bed-Stuy.
But Bed-Stuy is changing super fast.
Yes.
Like, how do you process that change? Is it?
You have no choice but to process it. You know, you embrace it and you keep it going, and you can only just pray that the color doesn't leave with it. You know, that culture don't leave with it. I mean, you know, it's nothing wrong with change sometimes, but, you know,
you don't want to be too nostalgic.
Yeah, we don't want to change it up too much. Right. You know, we don't want to get rid of our people.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want to get rid of our culture. We don't want to get rid of our lives. We don't want to get rid of our upbringings. You know, like, we don't want to get rid of our tradition. You know, like, it's cool that you coming in, but come in and embrace. And, you know, the same way if we were coming to where you are, you would for damn sure make sure we're going to adjust. So it's like, you know, just, I don't want to sound hard and be like, fall in line, but fall in line. Like, you know, this Brooklyn. Like, it's not even just, it's New York. You know, it's everywhere. It's hard, whether you in Harlem, whether you in the Bronx, you know, whether you in Staten Island. You know, wherever it is, you moving in, you know, adjust, get to know the neighborhood, you know, like, and and educate yourself on what you can do to keep that neighborhood rich and thriving. You know, don't just worry about thriving. Keep the culture rich and thrive. You know, keep the jobs coming, keep the schools steady, keep the kids there, keep the jump rope going. Like, let's keep all that. Absolutely, keep them highs and lows.
Don't take it the wrong way. I just wanna be